You know what? I'll admit it. I'm not a big fan of this movie, but when these figures were announced, I could not wait to get the wave. These very well might be beating the Titans wave for my absolute favorite multiverse wave McFarlane's ever put out, if the figures really stand up, because goddamn, I love some of that good old Schumacher cheese. So, from the McFarlane Multiverse line and their Batman and Robin wave, we have the George Clooney Batman and the Uma Thurman Poison Ivy, which is still the only movie Poison Ivy? Am I crazy? I mean, Lego Batman movie, I guess, but everyone was in the Lego Batman movie. Thing is, I don't mind the casting of these two. The writing wasn't good, the movie wasn't good, but these two are a good Batman and a good Poison Ivy, respectively. And I'm hoping that because they were good castings, and because they were good actors, and because these costumes are not the problems with the movie, these figures might wind up being pretty awesome. So we're going to open up Batman first, and then we'll open up Poison Ivy. Fresh off his appearance from that shitty Flash movie, this is the George Clooney Batman. Now, my first thought getting this guy out of the box was, the colors feel wrong, but I looked back at the film, and it's much more just this was a different material. Like, the costume actually was all black or close to. Thing is, it was latex costume mixed with metal emblems, so the things that are black really came off more like blue on screen. I would have preferred them to be hit with that little extra thing of paint to kind of break up the look, but they did capture the costume decently well. They even remembered the infamous bat nipples. The cape is also interesting. So it's unlike any Batman cape we've gone for Multiverse before. It's a lot more rubbery feeling. Up until this point, we've gotten a lot of hard plastic, but this is very much akin to, say, like the parachutes that army men used to come with, that kind of feeling. It looks good, but it does also weigh the figure down, and in all honesty, I think I would have preferred a cloth cape, kind of like we got with the Keaton Batman. Alongside that, it is hard to get this guy balanced because of the cape, but he does stand decently well once you do find a proper position for his feet. Unfortunately, no accessories. You have these two closed fists, and that's all you get with this guy. Now, I wouldn't have asked for too much more, but I would have liked a Batarang, alternate hands. If you want to be really just cute, silly, goofy, give him the Bat credit card, why not? But as is, this is a decent playing figure, a decent looking figure, and the likeness to Clooney under the mask is a bit rough. I can see him in there, but also it's just a touch generic, so I think they could have bolted up just a bit more, but yeah, I could definitely see it, and maybe that's all I can say. Batman, I think it would be really rough if this wound up being my favorite figure of the wave, and to be clear, it's not that I dislike this Batman, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a mixture of I have so many other Batmen, and this one just isn't all that mind-blowing, that I'm maybe just a little bit more down on it than I should be. But let's check out their wave mate, because this is going to basically be the first Multiverse Poison Ivy we've even gotten. Getting Poison Ivy out of the box, and my first impression is this is a real kind of breathtaking figure. You know, for a $22 figure, I love the painting and sculpting on here. I think the likeness to Uma Thurman is incredibly strong, a lot stronger than most McFarlane efforts, let's be honest. It helps that the red hair is very striking. It clashes, well, it doesn't clash, it complements the greens incredibly well. All the leaves of the costume have been sculpted and painted in. You have the leaf here in the hand, which is really cool. You have the vine coming down the leg. Everything looks great on this figure. A lot of paint, incredibly well sculpted detail. There are a couple things like down here, there are vines in the boots. I kind of wish these had been painted, but at the same time, I'm not 100% if that's accurate or not. But like you had the vine here painted, so here along the boots, it would have been nice to have that hit as well. But I'm really just kind of taken with this figure. Now, my big issue is it has a hard time standing. I have, of course, the stand that the figure comes with. All McFarlane figures come with stands, and it's great, because most of them have a hard time standing. But I can live with that. I'm just really impressed with this Poison Ivy. I was honestly kind of expecting this to be kind of the, I don't know what to say, maybe the underwhelming figure of the wave, but it's really nice. It helps that, of course, like I said, we don't have a Poison Ivy in the Multiverse line up until this point, so this figure, of course, works great for your movie shelf. But if you wanted to, I think this could work as a comic Poison Ivy, at least for a little bit until we get a proper Poison Ivy. This is nice. This is really good. My only big complaint, aside from the lack of paint on the boots, no accessories, no alternate hands, no unmasked head, no vine. I don't know. I would have liked anything to go with this figure. Weirdly enough, the hand here. Poison Ivy has this kind of mangled looking hand, but it looks like they're supposed to be holding something, but they didn't come with anything, so that's not really a trigger finger. I think that's supposed to be something to hold a rose in, or a flower in. That would have been great if we'd gone something like that, but of course we didn't. Plain Jane, however, this figure is still really nice, no accessories needed. I like that so much more than the Batman. It's so much more unique, so much more eye-catching, so much more needed on the shelf just to get a Poison Ivy at long last. I just wish there was a little bit extra, a little bit of sizzle on the steak, but it works. I really want to stress the fact, I don't dislike either of these figures. I think there could have been small changes made to make them better, but overall, I'm really impressed. I enjoy them a great deal, and I can't wait to get Robin and Batgirl in order to really fill up the wave. Alongside that, I'll be able to complete Mr. Freeze, and I'll be honest, the figure I'm the most excited about is getting Arnie and all that blue face paint.